Alright, time to start our proper conquering of Gorgoroth, and this is gonna take a long while to the point where I have to divide this in two, because otherwise it would be a nearly 2-hour part, so lots of fat to trim.
Let me guess, huge volcanic area, so that involves a lot of maneuvering around that takes up time.
Not just that, this is considered one of the late game area, and as a result the orcs here are more strong and ruthless.
So grind to your heart's content.
And the captains also reflected that behavior by being more powerful and more tricky to boot.
So when you say more,
some of the interactions.
So when you say more powerful, do you mean like, you know, the usual trick where their stats are raised, or do they have like new combo moves also too?
Oh, well, okay, combo not necessarily, more like stat raise and extra perks that help giving them a personality. You know?
Guess it's fitting to go with the story and all that.
Mm-hmm. For example, this first one is rather relatively generic, but like I said, when you have to conquer a region, it's always good to still have a, you know, a start of any kind, even if the orc that you're recruiting seems, you know, rather generic, not fairly unique, you know, it's still good to have a solid start for you to move forward to. Eventually you will actually encounter enough, you know, different kind of orcs so that you can decide what to do with them. If I recall correctly, I'm making an infiltration. Alright. This next one, if I recall correctly, it's one of those that loves to brand people, so... Boom, dynamic entry. Yes, yeah, there you go, he has one of those Scorcher branding irons. Yeah, this is an interaction that I foreshadowed. Again, if you have a spy infiltrated in a fortress and an orc is telling you this with interaction, you better kill this guy or recruit him, because if you let him go and, you know, he's part of the fortress, there's a good chance that the spy that you infiltrated will be actually discovered and promptly killed once you start the siege, and you don't want that. Though it creates some funny, you know, potential mistakes where it's entirely possible for you to make no absolute infiltration in the fortress, and at the beginning of a siege, the overlord will still execute someone believing there's a spy, and your captains will actually react to that and say that he's a fucking moron.
Yeah, love it. Again, I always appreciate a game that has all sorts of interactions planned for every little scenario.
I'm mostly just curious, how long did the voice actors have to stay in the recording booths for this material?
Hopefully they were compensated well for that.
Haven't I?
Oh, we got a tough guy here.
I think I did got the second chance.
Brutalized.
Oh, that's a brutality.
Wrong. This is not a brutality. This is a fatality.
I'm so
You know, again, even though
he can't even finish that bit because he gets beheaded.
Oh, we have a rider versus a rider.
Like I said, you can manipulate also the encounters, deciding what you want to do.
Get him! Don't even try to catch me!
And again, since I didn't recruit neither of these, I want to see what I can do from this situation.
Interesting, so this is legit just infighting here.
Yes, it's entirely possible. They happen regularly, and like I said, if you decide to let participate in another event or fast travel at one of the hidings, you know, your fast travel locations, the events will have one tick, you know, going down out of 3, and once all 3 are ticked down, the events will be resolved automatically by the game calculating what the possible outcome it is. One orc will live, another will probably die, and the survival will gain a bunch of levels, you know, and potentially, you know, an extra perk. So you need to decide if do you want to let that happen, do you want to infiltrate that, do you want to send someone to ruin the party, you know. Again, it's the perfect game in which you want to play a master manipulator.
Neat.
This next guy is another. Yeah, it's the guy that was present in the chase before. So let's resolve also his business. Fuck.
You think you have what it takes to face me? Listen well, young man. I've killed more pigskins than you've seen dead.
I also particularly hate the fact that since I was that close to the bonfire, the lighting effect is actually was very reflected onto the enemy, because this is something that happens that's happening, you know, in real time instead of being pre-rendered. That's pretty cool.
Also, that first-person view was quite interesting.
It's done on purpose, yeah. And if I recall correctly, I also have a particular perk that allows me to do the special skills of the Caragor at the cost of their health, but one of them is actually to summon more Caragor, so if I play my cards right, I can essentially, you know, keep them going, arriving constantly on the battlefield if I want.
Lovely. One guy! It's just one guy! How are we still losing?
It's the hell out of me.
But sir, he's the Bright Lord.
Yeah, the Grey Walker. At this point, Talion's, you know, reputation is well known.
Yeah.
Again, the first game operated more of a thing of, you know, Talion starting to forge his legend in Mordor, but at this point, you know, again, it's open war, and as a result, you know, that also means people seem to know him.
At this point, you need an army to take him on, and I guess the funny thing is, in story, when you think about it, even if you kill him, he'll just come back.
Again, it all raises, again, even when the first time I played it,
My overlord wishes to inform
oh, another one of these guys, but he has a lot of tattoos, I like him.
painful way possible. That is all.
That's
No,
it?
you're not getting away. Like I said, occasionally the overlords will send a messenger just to do this, but since this guy looks interestingly enough, and I'm operating on a bias that I don't let the messengers just return to their master, this guy's going with me.
You're like me when it comes to Pokemon. Sometimes I legit just want to catch one because it looks cool.
It's out of principle too, that. But, again, all of these, even the first time that I played, legitimately, you know, made me interested in the simple question, you know, if the situation is like this, and, you know, even on a gameplay, you're basically borderline even invisible, how are things gonna align? Because despite having, you know, a relatively divergence from the canon of the books, it still fairly falls in line with them, so something or someone has to happen. So, you will eventually see. We're actually not that far from the end, it's still gonna take a bit. Unfortunately, since this guy is at a higher level, I cannot recruit him immediately, but I can just shame him to lower his level a bit. Don't worry, he's a tough guy, he'll take it.
I love it. I want you on my team, but you're too high a level, so I'm gonna shame you a bit, and then I'll let you join my cause.
I'm more surprised
You are nothing!
I'm more surprised that that Pokemon games never did this kind of thing. Like, if a Pokemon is way too higher level compared to yours, you cannot catch it properly. Or
I wonder if Legends of Arceus did something like that.
I don't know. Again, that one operates even on the gameplay on a completely different level anyway.
Well, that's why I wonder, because yeah, usually typically Pokemon, once you miss a Pokemon, sure, yeah, you might run into a Pokemon again, but they're always back at full health.
The thing that I do know is that apparently the Paras are basically the bane of existence of everyone, apparently. They basically took the Zubat spot.
Yeah.
This is just one battle. You will lose.
Oh no, you're not getting away again.
You know, it's kind of terrifying from their perspective, since there's a tracking mechanic that allows you to refine some of these guys.
It's a bit kind of like with the demons in Doom 2016, you know, the fact that they're so ferocious, but only because they're scared the shit out of you.
Yeah.
And there we go.
No hard feelings about us shaming you, right?
And since he was a messenger, I can also infiltrate him again.
Oh?
Which means I can have one of the war chiefs already being executed via betrayal. So let's get this guy. It's not even that hard. How did this guy become a war chief?
Guys, where did my messenger go?
Oh, he's right behind him.
I'm guessing that's one of the main perks of garnering a messenger. They're pretty much ideal for these sort of assassinations.
Unfortunately, this is game.
Wait, somebody else beat us to it!
Yeah, since it's an holo guy, I cannot. It was not reduced to critical health like normal warships would be, but it's nothing, you know, really too much of a problem.
I love how that betrayal basically just amounted to just whack him on the back a bit, but barely hurts him.
Yeah, there we go.
That looked like it hurt.
Mm-hmm. Imagine also this on a political level, you know, this guy was a lordship and felt very safe, literally gets led into an ambush and gets violently brutalized by both his cohort and this random guy who showed up from nowhere.
I know, right? Again, seriously, Talion at this point probably is an orc's worst nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, you know, us having our own ring definitely helps with that too.
That's
yeah.
admire their efficiency.
You won't mind if I give you a head, will you? Something I always
Alright, let's see if we can get to this guy instead.
Sir, I could swear I saw a man.
Again, the orcs rarely look up unless we're actually alerted. Oh, look at that, a Nestle spider. Let's have some fun.
Oh boy.
If I actually can manage to get nearby. Forgot how much the range of them is. Otherwise I might as well just, you know, try to instigate. But the problem is that in this place there's too many orcs, but to be fair, one of them has actually gone to a barrel grog where they did, you know, poisoned, so that should be enough to start a ruckus. One of your perks that you can get is the fact that... Oh shit, this guy looked up.
Damn it! They actually have peripheral vision, unlike bad guys in the Metal Gear series.
Oh well.
Well, to be fair, only the first game has that issue.
Well, I'd argue a bit the second game, but yeah, by the first game.
The second game has peripheral, but that's just one of the main advertised features and everything.
I guess it did, but I feel like by 3 was where, you know, it truly felt like they could pretty much look in any direction. Like, I feel like there was still a bit of limitation in 2, granted maybe I'm misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that while they could peek around corners, you know, you could still maybe hide diagonally of them in that game.
No, you couldn't, because they actually turn their heads and everything. Like, that's one of the main reasons why that game is regarded as such a big, you know, like, thing for the time that it was made.
And he is decapitated.
Yeah, I didn't really want him in my army, otherwise I would have recruited him.
Yeah, he sucked anyway.
Wait, maybe...
Again, it's literally a pick your orc for this.
Oh, you really gave him a mouthful.
You do require a... Oh, this guy is a brazier for the helmet. Also, you do require a specific perk if you want to have 2 stealth kills something as big as a holo guy.
Nifty.
I got 3 pieces of advice for you. Stop, drop, and roll.
Not your dog, mate.
You know, it's funny that the guy literally on fire is telling us that.
I guess the idea is because I will set you on fire. Or something like that, I don't know.
Yes, I'm the Human Torch.
It's funny because, believe it or not, there actually was a Human Torch before the Human Torch.
Yeah, although it was more of an android than an actual... I think he's still around in the Marvel Universe, he's just not used that much.
Well, didn't Boromir's dad become the Human Torch at the end?
Yes. Well, in the movie.
Yeah. He burned to death and then...
Yeah, I remember both himself and Faramir, but then Gandalf just whacked him on a stick, and then since he caught on fire, he just decided to run outside and throw himself off a cliff.
Yeah, that
I don't know
happened.
what to tell you.
And he died.
As you tend to do when falling from a height like that.
Again, it's a disservice to the character, because in the book he was actually much more badass. Alright, the orc that I just recruited, unfortunately, is relatively low level compared to the guy we're going against, so it's best if I actually give him a hand. There you go. For instance, again, just by poisoning the grog and then detonating, I can create an entirely different kind of explosion. In this case, you know, poison themed, meaning that there you go. Meaning that it can damage someone who normally is resistant to fire. See, I forgot the barricade or not? No. Yoink. I like this horned, leather helmet, but that's not enough. And besides, like I said, I needed to have my guy being leveled up. And there you go, Joe. Even in a different region, the events, even in our regions, gets resolved in between. So again, it's up to you to decide to balance out. The good news is that you can check them out at any time, what's going on, and for you to ponder if you want to travel there or not.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, I need to actually find this next one. I think. Again, the captains are highlighted with a yellow silhouette, so you're easy to actually get to them. Move your shield, I don't see you.
John Cena?
No, that was, it's not like he was invisible, he just had an object in front of him.
But you can't see him.
Yeah, and then the, that choir that plays whenever an awkward name shows up?
Yes.
John, they just say John.
No, they'll be like the WWE fans, and they're like, let's go Cena, Cena sucks! Let's go Cena, Cena sucks!
I forget, did Cena ever have a time as a heel?
No.
Always the face.
I guess it's just not really fitting for the role.
I think at best it was like for a little bit in his early years in the company. I think that was when he was starting out his rapper gimmick.
He was oh right, the rapping bit.
Yeah, don't okay, and having seen I wasn't watching at the time. But I have seen some of his promos around that time online, and no, his style was more. He was being himself. He wasn't trying to be, what kills most other white rappers' careers.
Oh fuck. Well, fine then. Fuck out of here.
You just said I cannot break you. Well, I just did.
And again, I don't really leave things, behind. So I tracked him out. I tracked him down in the same location, no less. I just had to wait for him to respawn.
Since you sent me away, I've been dreaming of our reunion.
No.
But honey, I thought you didn't want to join.
Unfortunately.
The strong rule the weak.
Apparently this guy thinks I'm not good at ruling and just betrays me. What the fuck, man? Yeah, this caught me by genuine surprise. I even dedicated a mission to level you up. A fucking ungrateful bastard.
Wow. Dang.
After everything I did for you.
I treat you like a princess and now you betrayed me.
And you stabbed me in the back.
Like,
How could you love me?
All I did was subjugate your will to join my army. How could you be so ungrateful?
And that's not even the reason why he betrays me. He betrays me just because he thinks I'm not strong enough to lead? Like,
My
You've
dude!
barely been in our army for one day.
I'm sorry, you think we're not strong enough? My dude, have you not seen how we have redecorated Mordor with your kins' blood?
This army deserves a true Uruk to lead it, not you.
Fine,
Oh, you
the ground
sore
can have
loser.
you then. There, I hope you're happy.
And this is why you were a low-level warrior.
Well, I like this helmet, though. It's a shame.
Yeah, the helmet was cool.
Right, I was here for this guy.
But just do like what happened when the original Shocker died in Spider-Man Homecoming, just give it to someone else and say, here, now you're the Shocker.
What we truly needed was, was it Shocker? You know, we truly needed Tom Holland yelling to him, I will chase you to the end of the earth!
Yes, oh, we finally have a chance to recreate that in the upcoming Spider-Man 2 game, since we've got Black Suit Spider-Man and Shocker in that game.
Yeah. What's the... In terms of like Christopher Daniel Barnes screaming in the Spider-Man cartoon, what's the better one to you? The one where he screams, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth, or where he's crying over the clone of Mary Jane?
Oh, that's a tough one. That is a very tough... Well, you know what? Honestly, one scream I don't see a lot of people pay mind to is when he's screaming Osborn's name after he's, let's just say, PG-13'd Mary Jane out of the premise. Okay, PG'd. Since, you know, that was essentially a way to make a kid-friendly version of the night when Stacy died.
Yeah.
You get the point, though. It's like, he'll pay us!
And this guy showed up, too. Apparently, the guy who betrayed me was also blood brothers with this guy. Are there any other orcs that want to join now for some reason?
Good lord, it's like a high school reunion here, with all the unpleasantries to match. You too?
Sure, why not?
Good lord. What are the chances?
I need to seriously do some damage control.
2 blood brothers in one go. Like, wow.
Hopefully I should be able to at least defeat this guy. There you go, at least he can die.
Rest well.
Unfortunately, the fight has been going on, but if I recall correctly, I exhausted all of my second chances.
Uh-oh. So you gotta either take this guy down, or
he can take me. And he's also arrow-proof, fantastic.
He's got all the bells and whistles.
And, yeah.
Oops.
And now watch out, this guy's gonna do something different.
He killed you.
Oh!
Well, not just that. Watch out, watch this.
What is this? This is...
Oh, you piece of shit. Occasionally, an holo guy, specifically them because they're strong enough, can take the sword that you're currently equipped and just snap it like a twig.
Wow, that's some insult to injury.
And yeah, this guy will brag it constantly, so this guy is on my top priority list.
Oh yeah, I know your playing tendencies. He's going down eventually, if not this very part.
And he's even literally called the Avenger now because he avenged his blood brother. Fuck me.
Wow.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. He'll get better.
Now the good news is that as the game the game will tell me in a second, but if I manage to kill him properly, you know, I will regain the same sword that got lost with an extra pinch of power to that. So, you know, the game encourages you to actually properly get revenge on someone who kills you like that. That's pretty cool.
Truly, this is a battle of inches.
If we are moving in the right direction, it matters not.
By the way, how did you come back to life and repair your arm?
I got another sword in the meantime. Alright, I just need to get a bit stronger and get a couple of other people before I get my revenge, so don't worry, we'll get him eventually.
What? I can't hear you. Speak louder, weakling!
Fuck you!
Basically.
There, did you hear that?
No, Dweebs, you need to be more British. Go suck an egg.
Nah, I've got more specific British terminology.
Oh really?
Yeah, piss off.
Wow.
Never heard that one before.
How dare you interrupt me?
Yeah, it's not the best one I know of, but I'm not sure any ones I'll say will get us like thrown off YouTube or whatever. So I won't.
Yeah, I get it.
Hey, hey, guess what? If I win this match, I'm gonna do your daughter. And she'll love it.
I can imagine.
Yeah, that's what some hard ass gangsters will probably say.
No harm, no arms, no fuss.
Welcome to the committee. Drinks are in the back.
Also, by the way, tell me something more about these people.
Huh. An orc with mutton chops. Fascinating.
Yes. Different beard styles.
Ooh.
Alright. What I'm actually going to do next. Well, first of all, I think I have to clean the area.
In more ways than one.
Well, to be fair, again, this is a cool moment because, again, showcase that I have enough people following me in the area specifically that I don't have to lift a finger and they just did everything for me.
Very nice.
I defeated the captain.
Yo, I know you're an orc, but you're the most gormless out of all of them. Basically, gormless means lacking sense or initiative or foolish.
We got a drop on them, all right? Who's ready for a bit of slaughter? Okay.
Oh fuck!
Mark my words. You will breathe your last breath today.
How did you gain that title? You don't look exactly suited for sneaking.
I guess maybe.
Oh well, the joys of RNG.
Yeah.
Also, Dweebs, thanks to Top Gear, I also learned that apparently another type of British insult is apparently a word called like pillock or pillared. What's that supposed to mean?
Pillock. Yeah, basically. Well, pillock is generally a description of the male reproductive organ, but it's also used to call. But it's also used to call someone basically stupid.
Huh. It, you know, it figures. In terms, a lot of insults just go back to genitalia.
It traces back to the origins of civilizations all over the world. Nothing new.
Yeah. If you want a more cleaner yet still stinging insult, just call someone a git. Or if it's a we've even got insults aimed at like if you see a really nasty, like round here in Britain, if you come across like a really nasty woman, for example, you just call them. Round here, people just call them a cow. And
alright,
or a bell end or anything like that.
Alright, I guess might as well get a use also of this guy. Why not?
Let me look into your eye. I am your eye doctor.
It's basically like not necessarily the pen and stare from Ghost Rider, but it allows me to gain again either intel or can decide to make him infiltrate. Which also means, of course, more arena fights. But I think we will reserve a lot of them, you know, in the next part technically, because for the time being, I just need to, you know, build up more my army.
You've had a good run, but it ends here.
Another one of these guys.
Show me what you can do.
I think my guy's a bit leveled down. So me thinks he's probably not gonna make, especially because these guys have a bunch of Caragors as reinforcements, and my guy is just alone.
Yeah, kind of a one-sided duel.
Mortal combat.
I mean, he's trying, I will give him that. Compared to the guy in Saraghost that lost, that guy did not even try, it was just standing there getting it.
True. Might we
Don't just
see an
go.
upset
Come
today?
on, do it! Jesus.
Quit
It
with
really
the
is kind of like
taunting.
watching an actual gladiatorial fight. Just wanting to get over it.
What happens if you run out of time?
It's designed randomly. Unfortunately, this guy got a reversal. Fucking hell, and killed mine. I was just this close to get him.
Dang. Looked like he might have made the upset too, but alas.
And he's also arrow proof, so if I want to actually get him down, I will have to go properly fair and square. Because he's also legendary. Alright, let's see if I can infiltrate instead this guy, because that was my original intent. You need at least 2, I think, bodyguards to initiate a betrayal mission against a warship. So it, you can either recruit the ones that the warship already has, or you can actually, use the gladiator fight to infiltrate them personally from your army. There are some captains who will be specifically tailored to stuck with the warship and will not show up at all until, you can actually confront them. In that case, the betrayal mission will not be just logistically possible, so you will have to actually wrap them out the old-fashioned way.
I don't think you can give me a real challenge yet.
You sure about that, mate?
Well, okay, this guy has a Karagor and a couple of Ologai to use, so I think he has a bit of the upper hand. So we'll have to see. At least I got him under from the east. Unfortunately, yeah, there you go. The what's it called? The crossbow, wielding orcs tend to be very slow with their attacks, which unfortunately means that sometimes they do get upstage very easily. Unfortunately, my guy's Karagor's backup Karagors are dead, so he has to, do on his own. But he's holding up so far, probably because he's also legendary rank. And he pulls it off. Pretty neat. Alright, next up, I need to say someone from an execution. Oh, this guy. This is one of those unique kind of orcs. He's a guy that's literally covered in cobwebs and spider eggs, and he's literally one with a covenant of spiders.
So are the spiders like possessing him, or is he just letting them live on him as a home?
Yes.
Good lord.
Which also means that basically, he's very more talented towards poison stuff.
And I'm guessing spiders don't have as much an effect on him.
Okay, that not necessarily too. It's more of a, presentation kind of thing. But in order to translate it into gameplay, again, it's more of a poisonous type of captain. Mm-hmm. And since he was the target of the execution, I can just recruit him willy-nilly.
Very nice.
I will be your chosen.
Yes, they can infiltrate immediately. This basically cut the cost of a risk of him being potentially get executed in one of the arena fights. So that's always a risk that you have to take. I want to infiltrate this guy, but he's also cool designing any risk to be genuinely killed, and I cannot bring him back, if he dies there.
Yeah, I guess that people who are set to be, executed might get a funny glance when they suddenly show up in other places where it would be like, hey, wait a minute, aren't you supposed to be dead?
I was also more talking about the arena fight, but yeah, that's also another thing.
Malzu the Murderous. I see SCWRM loved alliteration when he named these guys.
Or like Sauron. Saruman does have a couple of infiltrated orcs. You do get them the first time you get one, data log entry that tells you that they do have a white hand stamped on them. similar to the first game, where they give you a hint. They are basically just there here to collect information. And I can also get this guy.
Thank you.
And I think I will gonna try to infiltrate him too. Either that or I'm gonna finally decide to have my revenge.
Yes, the ultimate revenge.
It's a Klingon proverb, of course, don't you know? Alright, now get out of my face.
Infiltration time.
Alright, I think after this I will actually try to get back onto the guy that killed me.
Somebody came straight out of the Roman Colosseum.
Yeah, some of these outfits do resemble more proper gladiatorial ones.
Watch and learn, you globs! Watch and learn! Time for mad!
I wonder, what has Dwight Schultz done recently? The guy is still very prolific as a voice actor, so I'm pretty sure he's still doing something. Let me check.
Alright.
Beasts of Mordor are hungry. Here's some pain.
Yeah, unfortunately, since this guy's a defender, like I said, very tanky and very annoying to deal with when it comes to the arena fights.
Well, on the plus side, that means he could make a very good recruit.
Yeah, if he wins. But it seems that my guy is handling it so far.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can make it. It actually does something. There we go.
Not bad. He made up for his lack of defense with a good offense, I guess.
Interesting. Dwight Schultz was OD in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Interesting.
Huh.
Wait, there's a mission called Massacre.
Mm-hmm.
We did kill everybody?
This war chief relies on his alarm system. Let his
Essentially, I have to write out one of the
rely
war
on
chiefs.
him to arrive just where we want him.
Okay, I'm checking here. It seems that Dwight Schultz hasn't done that much in very recent years. The last thing that he did was a minor secondary character in Iron Man VR, which was in 2020. But after that, not that much.
Huh, weird.
I guess he's relatively old too. Was born in 1947, but we'll have to see.
Maybe he's gone on semi-retirement.
Potentially, but there is no big announcement on that.
Maybe he's working on a super secret project that takes up most of his time.
Well, we'll have to see. Ow. I need to kill enough enemies in this case just to rat out the war chiefs. Again, we have seen this also previously. And again, like I said, if you push an enemy inside a pit, like in this case, or I think it's lava, yes, either that or tar, they instantly get killed. You cannot exactly do that with captains. That would be probably too fun to do.
If only.
I kind of wish we did, because they had already so many different options anyway, so...
What's this? My boys can't even defend themselves properly. Do I have to do all the killing around here?
One of the reasons why they didn't do it is probably because, if I had to guess, they probably didn't accidentally, you know, people would have killed captains even if they didn't want it, so maybe they just decided to cut the problem at the root.
The talk is hiding round.
Thankfully, this warship, if I recall correctly, doesn't have any particular bodyguard roaming around at the moment. I can just... What the hell happened? This game was just flying around already even before I intervened.
He loves doing that.
Oh fuck. Okay, let me do something different then. And he's also immune to execution.
Jesus
Fine.
Christ.
Oh, really?
I just love those enemies, the ones that are just immune to everything.
It's like, oh,
Basically,
sorry.
immunities. Fuck you.
It's like, sorry, I don't want. Sorry, I don't feel like taking damage today.
Thankfully,
Yeah.
seems to be weak to arrows, so I can also capitalize on that if necessary. Basically, the Elven Rage meter is your, is your ace in the hole if you want. If the enemy is not arrow-proof, it's basically might as well be an insta-kill because, you do so many attacks. It's on purpose for you to do that. But as you can see, I'm managing still to do it. But no, I don't think I will want to recruit him. I just want him dead.
Die.
No, this can't be right. I'm supposed to be the one who kills you.
Sorry.
Well, you're pretty shit.
Fuck.
Oh, for God
Wow,
damn it.
death-defying. Jesus.
To the end,
This man-
last, I grapple with thee.
This man really did not want to die. Like, kudos, yeah, but immune to everything he is.
Yeah, okay, because it's a good job he's not actually. It's a good job he's not actually immune to everything, because that is shit game design. Also pretty
No,
lazy.
that will
how do
actually
you make this guy top, or just have him be immune to everything?
No, again, the game is still balanced in a way that you cannot soft lock yourself. It can be very hard, yes, but it will still be doable if you apply just one of the strategies.
On the plus side, it sounds like he would make an amazing mook.
There we go. For instance, this guy was not immune to arrows, so I can also use my, flash step attack, which also leads to decapitation.
Looks like we had a final boss wannabe there, boys.
No, not really. Alright, it's finally time to get my revenge on the Avenger.
And what better time to do it than while he's fighting with another captain?
Yeah.
I see him.
You'll never catch me, you maggot!
Oi, Glove!
Because I prompted an ambush on my own with a couple of my captains. So this how the turns have tabled.
And look, you even brought the messenger too.
Just for extra measure, because this guy is still strong enough. Although I can tell you that this guy that I want to kill certainly doesn't lack confidence, as you will hear once he does his own intro against me.
You know, how humiliating must it be if you actually recruit an orc that managed to kill you prior?
Hold on.
Eh?
Very impressive blade you carry. Almost as nice as the last one. Whatever.
Oh, you piece of shit.
So, yeah, again, it must be satisfying to make orcs that killed you serve you after beating them.
Oh, he's also arrow-proof, magnificent.
And fireproof.
And fireproof.
Alright
Don't
then,
worry, he's
ice
almost
it
dead
is.
anyway, so it's time to finish this.
I don't know what you plan to kill me with, but I know it won't be that nice.
Oh, just...
Wow, you just look
Just
for
wait.
every...
Just die already.
Took his arm and his head, Thanos style.
I literally gone for the head.
And the arm.
The irony is that he was called the Avenger. Alright,
Now
but
he's
you're
armless.
also here to get off my face. I don't know. I
But
really
yeah,
don't know what to do with you.
but yeah, I don't think we've seen it before. But I'll ask, like, can you actually recruit an orc that killed you before? Or are they like too
Yes,
proud?
I think it is. You guys try to get an achievement for that. In the first game, remember, there's an entire achievement if you manage to get killed by an orc, and either by recruiting him or, you know, manipulating the politics, managing to get into the rank of war chief.
Interesting.
And yeah, I got my sword back.
Ha! So now that guy can't even boast about that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
We can't boast about anything.
It's slightly similar to the classic Dark Souls of you lose currency, but if you manage to get there, you will get it back. Or in this case, it's with an extra reward if you manage to accomplish the feat, so it's a extra incentive. Anyway, tuning the next part, where we continue our conquest of, you know, Gorgoroth with this time more unwanted resurrections. See you then.
See ya.
Ta-ta.